It seems like there's this understanding that in order to be happy in life, you have to already be happy. It's like you can only be happy once you're a happy person. And if you're not a happy person, then you can never be happy in life. And that's just downright not true. Happiness is something that exists in every moment. And it's like we're at the supermarket. We get to pick what we want. And maybe sometimes it's more natural to pick fear and to pick sadness, but happiness is always on the shelf. Maybe it's a little bit higher and we have to stretch and we have to reach and grab it and want it. But the first step to living a happy life, the first step to becoming more happy in life, is actually wanting it. Oftentimes we may just think we want to be happy, but do we actually let ourselves want happiness truly? To choose for ourselves, I want to be happy. I'm going to choose happiness, even if I'm faced with pain, even if I'm faced with anger and bitterness. And there's nothing wrong with not being happy. You know, we're not alive to just be happy. We're here to experience the full spectrum. But of course, happiness deserves a high place in that spectrum. And it's a beautiful standard to hold yourself in. This contentness with life, a general sense of happiness with who you are and what you're doing. My second tip is to not take things personally. So I know for myself, whenever I take things too personally, which has been a lot of the time, I instantly lose all of my joy, all of my radiance in life, all of my pizzazz, all of my happiness. And you know what? This is the simple truth, and no matter how many times we hear it, it's so hard to live it, but life is too short to take things personally. We don't know how long we have. We don't know how long we have with different people and how long we're going to be in a certain job or a certain home or even in this physical body. And when we take things personally and accumulate all of this guilt and shame and anger, it just weighs us down, and we're just wasting this precious time on earth. Time wasted taking things personally is not what I signed up for, and that's not what I want to do. And I'm guessing that if you're on this video, you're not wanting that either. You're wanting to make the best of this life and to really live it to the fullest. So, third is to see the best in others. And this is hard because it requires us to surrender our ego. A lot of unhappiness breeds from what we think others should and shouldn't be doing. We as humans, we have this very natural tendency to judge and to pinpoint and to blame and to make assumptions of what's right and wrong, because that's the world we grew up in, and there's a lot of deconditioning to be done. And if we choose to see the best in other people, so whenever you're triggered by someone or something shakes you up the wrong way and you think they shouldn't have done that, in that moment, try to find something good about that person. Try to find a bit of compassion. And this doesn't mean becoming a pushover. It just means not taking on that heavy burden of feeling so judgmental and feeling so afflicted and reactive to someone else, because they're doing their life. And if you're fully immersing yourself in what they're doing, then it becomes your burden to bear. And then it makes the journey twice as hard. Of course, you can have an opinion and you can observe from afar, but there's a difference between having an opinion and fully emotionally connecting to what's going on and giving away your power through anger and resentment and judgment. Look for opportunities all day to find things in people that's worth applauding, that's worth complimenting. I've been making it a practice of mine. Anytime I see something in someone that I admire, I tell them. Or if there's someone that does trigger me, I go out of my way to find something about them that I can admire and that I do see in them. By complimenting others and seeing the best in them, even the people that trigger you, you're actually removing yourself from that person energetically, and then you're not absorbing the frustrations and tensions that you hold with them because you're letting them go, and you become more free to expand to a new level of growth in your life. Our fourth tip is knowing yourself. So I really believe deeply in my heart, everyone in this world would benefit from knowing their astrology, from knowing the blueprint that was with them the day they were born. This goes into how you relate in your own unique way, what your purpose and deepest soul desire is in life, how you can best express yourself, the kind of vocation that you want to have, your deepest emotions and how you parent. All of these things are tucked into our astrology. So it's such a vital and beautiful and mystical, wholesome tool to use to deeply know yourself. And I know for myself, speaking and for the hundreds of people I've worked with, when you know your astrology and you know your deep inner core and you function with that in life, your happiness level and your potential for real fulfillment goes up 20 notches. because you get that clarity that helps you on your path. And the fifth tip for becoming happy in life, for living a happy life, is a mix of two. One, it's counting your blessings, already seeing the magic of what you already have. But very closely linked to this is celebrating yourself. So celebrating everything you already are right now. Maybe you feel you're at your lowest point in life, but I reckon there must be one thing that you can celebrate there. Maybe it's your eyes. Maybe it's the way you talk. Maybe it's your wardrobe. Maybe it's your friend. Maybe it's your connection to plants and animals. Maybe it's your compassion. Maybe it's your creativity and your humor. Celebrate yourself. Find one thing every day you can celebrate about yourself. When you celebrate the wins, even the small ones and the big ones, you feel so much happier in life, and it actually starts to shift your external world. People will respond to you differently. You'll get more opportunities, more abundance will come in, more positive inducing experiences will come up in your life when you choose to celebrate what you already have and who you already are. When we just take that step inward and celebrate what's already here and celebrate what we already have and we're surrounded by, whether that's being able to breathe fresh air, we alter our way of viewing life, and we put ourselves in a position of saying yes to life. I'm open to receiving your beauty. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to follow along with my journey. I speak all things astrology, uniqueness, embodiment, health and well-being, and I'd love to have you along for this journey.